So the other day I was out and saw this stunning girl walking down the street, but next to her was a guy who, let's be honest, was clearly nowhere near as attractive or good looking as her, basically way below her league. If she didn't lose a bet, how the hell did he win her over? Is it always money, look, or fame that attract the opposite sex, or can it be done by pure social skills? The answer is yes, but let's break down how. I will answer that to you in this video, along with explaining the fundamental element that creates attraction, how to not fall into this tiny space here in between that we commonly call the friend zone, and also share 4 secret verbal and body language tricks to immediately up your game. So the only 5 criteria you have to hit in order to be attractive are 1. Be hot. More seriously, what do you think is that makes us fundamentally attracted to someone of the opposite sex? It all comes down to one single word. Big value. But not the same type of value for both sex. For guys it is survival value, and for girls it's replication value. Let me explain. What do you think the meaning of life is? Becoming a millionaire? Traveling the world? 42? Listen, everybody has its own take on this, I'm not a philosophy teacher. But from purely an evolutionary point of view, all human beings on earth, all living creatures for that matter, only have 2 predetermined goals for their life. To survive as long as possible, and to replicate in order to extend your genes. So logically, everything we do, including finding a partner, should push us closer to accomplishing those goals. Which makes me wonder why the hell did I spend 3 hours watching cat videos last night? As guys, yeah, my stickman figure is a guy if you haven't noticed that yet. We already have high survival values with our physical strengths and higher testosterone levels, but we lack replication values, as we cannot make a baby on our own. Girls on the other hand have high replication values. They can carry and give birth to a baby, but typically lower survival value. That's why back in the day, men were hunters and providers, while women focused on nursing and childcare. So when we're looking for a partner, we're naturally drawn to someone with high opposite values. So here you go. To boost your attractiveness as a guy, you just need to up your survival value and stop memorizing pickup lines from a Reddit thread. But how exactly do you achieve that? In everyday life, girls showcase their replication values in ways like having beautiful long hair or a certain body type, signaling youth and the ability to nurture. Ever notice how girls often touch their hair when they're talking to a guy they're interested in? That can be interpreted as a socially accepted way of her trying to attract attention to a feature of her that symbolizes high replication values. Because, you know, touching other parts might be a little too much for the first encounter. So what can us guys do to increase and to demonstrate our survival values? There are actually 3 ways to achieve that. 1. Get in shape. The most straightforward way to increase your survival value is by getting stronger and fitter. Now, I'm not saying that you need to look like The Rock before attempting to talk to girls, but just getting into the habit of working out once or twice per week can make a big difference over time. Some girls might say, "Ew, those huge muscles look kinda gross. I'd rather prefer skinny guys with just some definition and a lot of endurance." But trust me girls, if a man does ever get to that level of muscles, he for sure won't be interested in you anyway anymore. 2. Develop social intelligence. This is another key element for survival because benching 225 won't help you win an argument against a girl. Nah, just kidding, it kinda does. Social intelligence is about being funny and knowing how to control a crowd. So let me give you one joke and one little game you can use in your next conversation with a girl that have never failed me. You start like this. Did you know that 96% of girls masturbate in the shower and the other 4% sing? Do you know what they sing? Now, the girl is obviously gonna answer no because I myself have as well no idea what the answer is. But then you can just hit her with, in a way like you just understood something. Oh, then I guess you must be part of the 96% who masturbate then. Now the game I'm gonna teach you is called the 5 questions game. You start by telling the girl, "I want to play a game." In order to win, you just have to answer the next 5 questions I'm gonna ask you wrong. If you get all 5 wrong, you win and will get a drink from me. No worries homies, your wallet is safe with me. Then you can proceed to ask her the first 3 obvious questions that she can easily answer wrong, like for example, what is your name? Is Ronaldo a football player? Should you subscribe to Biggie Brain? So she's gonna pass the first 3 questions with ease, just to build up her confidence. But then you can pause for a sec, look in the air like you're trying to remember something, then ask her in a casual tone, sorry, how many questions have I asked you already? Now, there are two possibilities. One, she says 3, in which case you win because she just answered correctly to the fourth question. But if she's sharp enough to not fall into the trap on that fourth question and answers you anything else but 3, then no worries, you still have one more secret in your arsenal. Just step back, look defeated, and immediately hit her with, "Oh wow, well played. Have you already played this game before?" She's gonna say no, which is correct, because she doesn't have good taste in her YouTube content choice like you in front of your screen, and you will have won the game. But the most important advice I kept for last to showcase your survival values is to have a good social circle. Because imagine that I was hanging out with Tom Cruise together in a club. Yeah, I know, try harder. Even though I'm a nobody with near zero social value. Because well, I'm just a 2D stickman figure. But being friends with a high value man will automatically increase my own values, as it makes us part of the same social circle. If we were in the Stone Age, this would mean that I have access to more resources because I'm part of the same group as someone who has. So girls will want to align with me to also integrate our group to gain access to those potential resources. Now let's go back to that question at the beginning. Is it money, look, or fame that is the best at raising your survival values, thus attracting girls? It can be look, as you won't have better chances to survive if you just look hot in front of Mike Tyson who wants to punch you in the face. It does tend to matter more on dating apps though, as it is the only thing you can convey during the first 5 seconds she spends on your profile, along with some random jokes you found on the internet, hoping it will give you some personality. Money can matter in the sense that it allows you to get into better venues to access higher quality girls and to provide a better lifestyle to them if you guys do end up dating each other. But then there are a ton of rich guys who struggle to find love. And do you believe love at first sight? Or should I have my private jet circle around again? Might be enough for gold diggers, but definitely not if you want to find a quality girl to date on the long term. So money matters, but it's not the whole deal. Fame on the other hand is way closer to the whole deal, as it is associated with status, and that social proof will generate really high attraction. Now I'm not saying that you're gonna be DiCaprio or have 2 million followers on Instagram, but if for example you know the DJ when you go to a club, already have a girl on your arms when trying to talk to another one, or just is the leader of your friend group, then it would be very easy to sparkle attraction. Now those were some good tips on paper, get it, cause I'm a drawn stickman figure, but they're kinda hard to directly implement in your game for your night outs this Friday. So I am gonna teach you, as a reward for having stayed that long with me, 2 body language tricks that you can directly apply next time you go out to immediately elevate your status in a social setting. 1. Never hold your drink to your chest or stomach. Instead, always hold it down with a loose and straight arm when talking or walking around the club, as it requires lower physical efforts, and this shows comfort on an unconscious level to anyone watching you. It's like the club is your home. 2. Get into a more physically comfortable position when talking. Let's say you approach 2 girls by the wall like this and engage into a conversation. What does this interaction look to an outside person? That you're trying to hit on them. I know you are, but wouldn't it be cool if it seemed like you were instead getting hit on by those girls? So a few minutes into the conversation, assuming you didn't mess up your opening lines, say to a girl, "Can I borrow your hand for a sec?" Nice, now give me a spin. And hop. And this is how I steal your spot. You're gonna get a quick laugh from the girls if you did it playfully, but then you can more importantly let loose and lean back against the wall. In the girls' eyes, you instantly become higher status because you are now in a physically more comfortable position than them. And to anyone standing around, it now looks that you're part of their social circle, and the girl might even be trying to hit on you. So your status will get higher not only in that small circle, but also in the entire venue. Just don't get too comfortable and forget to escalate, or you just might fall again into that friend zone.